What is up, guys? This is Brad with Despite Fitness, and there's been a lot of hecticness in my life lately. The work is kind of going crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on, so the normal pace of stuff has been significantly altered. The forthcoming move to Korea timetable is kind of stepped up to some extent, so it'll be happening pretty soon. So obviously that throws a lot of my life into disarray. So for any of you that are out there that I've promised videos for, Svein is one of them, fat guy, another one. Gentlemen, I have videos coming for you, I absolutely promise. I'm going to do some stuff with Coach John here in the near future to kind of film and go through some of the questions that you asked to hopefully provide some assistance and insight for you guys to get into your training. And I also have a backlog of stuff that I filmed, and I really hate to have things that I filmed go to waste or not be utilized. That's not to say that every single thing that I film I use, but I have a lot of stuff going on right now in terms of backed up video. And so I was looking at trying to produce a fast video, and looking back I saw some footage of me bench pressing. But the thing that I want to highlight with this, and the reason why I think this video is important and kind of talk about it a little bit, is the importance and the utility of having a training partner or somebody around to be able to help you. So in this particular video, my buddy Dave, I think who you've seen before in another video previous to this, deadlifting, he and I get along really well, and he's been very, very helpful at times where I don't have kind of somebody there with me. He generally does his own thing, but typically if he's around and I ask him, he's more than willing to help out. And so I think really what I'm trying to say, or the thing that I think is most important, is developing friendships, developing relationships with a myriad of people. Whether or not those individuals end up, kind of falling into your camp, doing the things that you do, training with you as a like quote unquote dedicated training partner or whatever, it's super beneficial to be friendly and open and talk and communicate with other people. And that kind of goes hand in hand with my overall disposition about being inclusive, being helpful, trying to kind of build up sport, build up strength, build up relationships, versus trying to be exclusive and elitist and things like that. Because that old adage really fits. You catch more bees with honey than vinegar, right? And I just really want to express my gratitude to Dave and to all of the people who have helped me kind of along the way, stepping in, spotting, all that kind of stuff. It would be impossible to train as effectively as I've been able to train before without people who are willing to help me. And so for you that are out there, the overall message of the video really is this: build relationships. There is very little that you can ever do by yourself, on your own, without the assistance of anyone else. In fact, if we were to stick anybody in a vacuum, you'd die, right? So you require the assistance and the support of other people. And so there's kind of a twofold thing. If you guys are going through hard times and you feel like you're alone, that there aren't people there that help you, or you're having that kind of hopelessness feeling in your lives for whatever reason, for a myriad of issues that could potentially be taking place in your life, understand that you're not as alone as you think you are. There are numerous people who care about you, regardless of your disposition or regardless of your where you are in life. I guarantee there's more people than you are considering that care about you and are interested in your well-being. Going more for a less somber tone. If you're just one of those guys that goes to a local gym and trains by yourself and things like that, reach out, branch out, talk to people, start conversations, ask questions. What I found in my life and my experience in terms of building bridges and building relationships is to express genuine interest in somebody else or somebody else's methods or things like that. Because, think about it yourself. If somebody were to ask you in earnest, hey man, how did you do that? Or, male, female, whatever the case is, a female asks you as a female, you know, I love your makeup, how did you do that, right? You're much more likely to kind of drop that initial barrier of like, what does this person want, and discuss something. Oh, well, hey, I do this, this, and this. Same thing for males, right? Like, somebody asks you a question about, hey man, you got really great traps. Like, what do you do specifically to build up your traps? Whatever. So sometimes it takes that olive branch of just asking a question. Even if you already know the answer, even if you feel, particularly capable of answering that question yourself, sometimes just kind of laying that out and just putting it out in the open, or putting yourself in front of somebody to pose that question can open a lot of doors. And more than anything else, guys, that's really what powerlifting and the strength community ought to be about: opening doors, building relationships, things like that. So, not to go off on too terrible deep of a tangent and things like that, I wanted to find a way to kind of tie in the relevance of what I'm doing here to you guys and what may be important to you. The thing that I'd like you guys to key in on this video is seeing Dave help me. And in between these sets, he and I were talking, exchanging information. I was giving him some feedback on what I thought about the lift-offs that he was giving me. And I will tell you that without his help, that training session would have been significantly less optimal. So when I have to train in the absence of lift-offs, I noticed palpably that my performance is drastically reduced. So anyway, I guess enough with the talk. Check out a couple of clips here of benching. Check out Dave doing what he does, being a great dude and helping me out. And I hope that you guys, wherever you are, have other great dudes and dudettes, females, whatever the case. I'm just trying to be generally inclusive, but I hope that you guys have people near you who are as willing to help you as I've been fortunate to have enough around me. And a lot of it starts with you fostering a good relationship with those people and having good practices and mentalities to be able to establish those relationships. So check it out. I'll see you guys on the backside, and yeah, see you then. We lay off of it. Yeah. It's nice and smooth. 3-5. Does that feel?
Easy. That was easy.
No slap? No slap.
Okay, no slap. Up. Come on.
All right, guys, that's it. We talked kind of heavy on the front end, so we're just going to close it right down. Dave was a great dude, helped me out a lot in that session, and I really couldn't have done what I did without him. So big thanks to Dave, and for wherever you guys are at, make sure that you give your big thanks to your Dave, whomever that may be, wherever you may be at. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat box below. I'll be sure to respond. I appreciate all the feedback that I generally get from the videos. I love that interaction with you guys, so keep that coming. Remember to like, share, and please subscribe. That helps out the channel immensely. And I'm very, very grateful for all that support as well. Remember, guys, no matter what it is you think you can't do, find a good teammate, train to spite, either find an excuse or you find a way. Thanks for checking out this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.